show that the respondent has proved to be a total waste of space in every aspect of their marital life together. The court has already heard from the respondent's mother of his woeful inadequacy as a son, from malicious bedwetting to his failure to take her out to lunch on Mothering Sunday in 1977.
I can explain.
And we have also heard how the defendant masqueraded as a doctor at the University of Lowlands, an imposture which he has continued to the present day.
But I am the doctor.
Do you wish to call any witnesses in your defense?
Sorry, I'm disturbing you.
Oh, it's a relief to see you. I thought 2 nuns were going to excavate me. No, I mean execute me.
Nuns again.
They had a big axe. VC was there. So was my wife. They were all in it together. What are you doing?
Wait, nearly finished. I needed a space, you see, to find out what I was going to say. There. Isn't that beautiful?
Is it?
Beautiful, original, elegant. And it's never been said before.
What does it say?
It says 2 nuns are going to execute Dr. Decker.
As you know, it's been a matter of policy within the university since August 1971 that all new appointments to the academic and administrative staff should have a full medical examination before the appointment is confirmed. I was lying in the bath last night and a vision suddenly shot into my head of old Skinner Joyce at last year's convocation, falling off the stage because he somehow managed to tie his shoelace together. Absolutely gaga. Tragic, too, of course, in a way, but still.
This isn't part of the letter, is it?
No. Full medical examination before the appointment is confirmed. This, as you also know, is now standard practice throughout the British Isles. A delicate question, therefore, arises regarding the situation of those members of the academic staff appointed before that date. In today's stringent economic climate, this university is subject to the sharpest scrutiny. I'm sure you will agree that we owe it to these senior colleagues to ensure that their security of tenure is unassailable on medical grounds. Rather a neat one, don't you think?
Wouldn't that include you, Vice-Chancellor?
Certainly not.
Oh, yes, of course. You had that plushy Bupa screening, didn't you?
Quite. I'm therefore requesting the University Medical Centre to move ahead on this one without delay.
And he wants us, I quote the dwarf's own execrable prose, to move ahead on this one without delay.
But there must be scores of people appointed before 1971.
Most of the senior academic staff, yes.
Full medical's very time-consuming. How are we going to fit them all in?
Ah, he's thought of that. I don't think you've fully appreciated the devious wiles of our leader. As the whole exercise will be of necessity a time-consuming business, I am asking the senior academic registrar to furnish a confidential list of those colleagues whose security of tenure is a matter of special priority to the university during this transitional period.
Oh, that's very thoughtful of him. Isn't it?
Oh, Stephen.
You mean he's picking out his own special cronies for priority treatment? He wouldn't do that, would he?
The list I've had from the senior registrar isn't a list of Ernie's special cronies, Stephen, rather than of us.
You mean it's a hit list?
I feel so, Bob.
Brilliant! Who's on it?
Leo Architrave, social psychology, both professors of education, Skinner Joyce, philosophy, James Glanz, the Scrote leader in classical studies, Canon Pottle.
Canon Pottle, who's he?
Warden of Kennedy Hall.
Oh, yes.
Very strong on tucking his charges up in bed and wrestling with their souls. He's had it coming. Who else?
Lillian Hubbard. That's a little rough, I must say.
Oh, it's outrageous, surely. She's the one really distinguished name on the list. Students actually come to do history here because of her. She's got an international reputation.
All the work was done a long time ago, though, wasn't it? Anyway, who needs history? Sorry, have I said something crass and Philistine again? Well, it's true, isn't it? Anyway, her dog bit Hemingway's wife.
That, I should have thought, would predispose him in her favor.
So what has he got against her?
She's a woman.
Oh, dear, really? Gender on the agenda again?
She's also a hall warden. Fairley Hall. The only all-women's hall in the university.
Of course. How astute of you, my dear. It's the building he wants. With Lillian Hubbard out of the way, he could convert it into a rest home for rich crooks or whatever takes his fancy. Poor old Lillian.
March of progress, nothing we can do about it.
But look, surely we're being used, aren't we?
Exactly.
Well, I'm not sure we should go along with that.
Certainly not in all cases.
Well, not in any cases.
I think we have to, Stephen. The poison dwarf's motive may be vile, but his logic is impeccable. Everyone appointed since 1971 has had a medical. He's simply eliminating an anomaly.
And he's absolutely right. I've got a lot of time for old Ernie, you know. Got some bloody good ideas. And he's put together a good hit list for starters. I mean, in any sane world, old Skinner Joyce would have been put down and gone to pussy heaven years ago. Be doing him a kindness. But don't look at me like that. If the poor old buggers get through the medical, they're laughing. If not, let's get them on the front at Bournemouth with the old rug and wheelchair where they belong, eh?
How very delicately you put things, Bob. As a matter of fact, it didn't quite reach the end of the hit list stage 1. There was still one other name on it.
Who?
J.G. McKenna, MD.
Oh.
I don't know. I thought I really liked this university.
Come on, you still do.
Oh, I still like a lot of things about it. I like the patients. I like my little flat. I like you. But you know, it's funny. Old Jock told me when I first arrived that this place was a swamp of fear and loathing. I didn't believe a word of it then. I do now. Jock's on the hit list. VC's as good as told me I could start looking for other jobs. Honestly, almost everyone I see is scared. Sick university, Jock calls it. I think he's right.
It's just a place, Stephen. Lots of people like it here. Look at them. Look, some of them are actually smiling.
So they are.
Poor silly sods, eh? Wait till they get on the hit list, eh?
Do you think I'm getting all this out of proportion? Look, I'm worried about those nuns.
They're all right.
Not opening parcels or sharpening axes.
They're sitting quietly drinking their coffee and nicking the sugar lumps.
Why are they nicking the sugar lumps?
I don't know. Maybe they know a horse.
It was a very vivid dream, Lynn.
Yes, it must have been.
You were in it, but you just ran away.
Yes, I know. They told me. I'm here now, though.
Yes.
Look, what is it? You haven't been like this for ages. Is it the divorce?
Oh, partly, I suppose. I mean, it's exactly the right thing for her to do, Lynn. I never was any use to her. You know, 6 years of your life officially written off as a failure.
You're not here to satisfy other people's expectations, though.
Aren't I? What am I here for, then?
Good time.
Yes, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting.
I've been thinking, this business of the medicals for the has-beens, you can handle that. Maybe some of them want to retire early. Might have been waiting for the chance. Make an official health job, they get a good deal in the lump sum and annuity. The ones that do want to carry on, well, it must be fit enough, mustn't they? Otherwise they wouldn't feel like it, would they? So, you give them the medical report they want to get.
That's really good. Do you think it's ethical?
Ethical's a hard word for me, Doc. Don't forget I'm just a policewoman at heart.
Said you wanted to have a word, Jock.
Did I? Yes, I did. Now, what was it?
If it's his medical business, no problem. I'd be delighted to give you the once over just for form's sake.
Yes, I'm sure you would, Bob. Very kind of you to offer. I'm most grateful. But I think I must decline.
Fair enough.
No, my old bones need very gentle handling. In fact, I'm thinking of asking some of my archaeology to come and pick over the remains.
Oh, rubbish. You're as fit as a flea.
Yes, perhaps. Rather an elderly flea. I may not hop as high as in former years, but I can still bite. Our leader wants a representative from the practice on his forward innovations team. The Lord alone knows what that is, but I thought it sounded right up your alley, Bob. Robert.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Well, I'd be glad to. Thanks very much, Jock.
Not at all, my dear chap. Find out what's cooking, eh? Besides our goose.
Not that bad, is it, John?
Rumour has it that the DES are thinking in terms of a 25% cut on funding. This Forward Innovations Committee may be on his last attempt to save his bacon before the axe falls.
Well, there you have it, gentlemen. A pleasant building, I think you'll agree. Very convenient, very salubrious.
Fairly whole.
Fairly run down in its present state, of course, but with the sort of generous endowment that we've been discussing, the interior can be quite transformed. Accommodation at senior executive level and a totally redesigned ground floor to afford luxurious small conference facilities. And, of course, we put in a bar and restaurant with a first-class Japanese chef. Raw fish direct from Grimsby, that kind of thing. Steam bath, jacuzzi, everything to make you feel at home.
中を改装して全て住みやすくするそうですよ。
若い女の子たちはみんなこれ残ってるのかね。
Mr. Sakamoto is interested that all the rooms are occupied by beautiful young women just now.
Yes, well, it is being used temporarily as student accommodation, but we'll get rid of all. We'll find alternative accommodation for all the young women. That's no problem at all.
全部立ち退かせるそうです。問題ないそうですよ。
少しは残してもらわんと面白くないじゃないですか。
Mr. Sakamoto says he hopes not all of them.
No. Very good, Mr. Sakamoto. No. We can discuss all the final arrangements in committee. But we were considering that in view of the very, very generous benefaction, that we would make some form of recognition, perhaps by renaming the converted house. Sakamoto Lodge, something of that.
この建物坂本さんの名前つけるそうですよ。
Thank you, gentlemen. Damn. Morning, Lillian.
Morning, Vice-Chancellor. Leave it, Otto. Leave. Good morning, gentlemen. Can I help in any way?
No, thank you, Lillian. We're just making a tour of inspection.
Flogging off my girls' rooms for the vacation again, no doubt. Well, I trust these gentlemen will conduct themselves more decorously than the last lot you foisted on me. Consolidated, stuff-your-daub-on walls or whatever they were. This does happen to be my home throughout the year, you know. Did I say real, Otto? Oh, boy. Consolidated paints, that was it. You'll excuse me, I'm sure. Important work to do. Otto?
That was Dr. Hubbard, gentlemen. She'll be retiring in the summer.
Yeah, it's a bit deep for me, that. I mean, shouldn't it be like a boat without a rudder, or an egg without salt, something like that? I mean, I may be a bit dense, but fish don't actually need bicycles, do they?
No, they don't.
Ah, got it now, yes! Say no more. Yes, really packs a punch, that one. And it's the sort of thing you can look at day in, day out. Never goes stale on you like Van Gogh's Sunflowers or the Pirelli calendar. What are we going to do about poor old Jock? Terrible situation to be faced with.
Well, we must do everything we can to help him, mustn't we?
Done my best. Offered to give him the once-over, turn me down.
I made a tentative approach myself.
No luck.
Afraid not. He doesn't seem to trust us, Bob.
He wouldn't slip Stephen a fiver, would he? Like you do for a dodgy MOT.
Stephen, I'm afraid, is incorrigibly honest. Now, what I fear he'll do is get in touch with one of his old college friends, someone in the same position, perhaps, and they can give each other a clean bill of health. Such a shame. For such a distinguished career to dwindle into incompetence and alcoholism.
Right, absolutely.
It doesn't take much imagination to envisage what an impartial medical report on Jock would look like.
Lord, no. Signs are there for anyone to see. tremor, memory loss, brain damage.
You or I or Stephen could fill in the spaces without even examining him.
No problem. No problem.
If it weren't unethical.
Oh, right. Absolutely.
You're not seriously suggesting I should say 99, are you, Dr. Dacre? What a curious fellow you are.
Anything at all would do, Dr. Herbert.
Last Portioner of Clusium, by the 9 gods he swore that the great house of Tarquin should suffer wrong no more. By the 9 gods he swore it, and named a trysting day, and bade his messengers ride forth to summon his array.
Right, thank you.
East and west and south and north his messengers ride... Oh, you finished.
Lays of Ancient Rome.
Clever chap. Yes, Macaulay. Not a very sound historian.
Would you stand on the scales, please?
Rather a naive hero worshipper without an informing theory, like the rest of his tribe. Still, when one looks around today... 8 stone 12?
Yes, exactly.
I never vary, Dr. Dacre. I've weighed the same for 30 years. I often wonder why I bother to get on them. Tell you your weight thing. It's purely a matter of routine, like brushing one's... Damn it.
Shoes?
Teeth. I'm rather on edge, Dr. Dacre, I'm afraid.
You've absolutely nothing to worry about. You're doing fine. Now, if you'd just like to turn and face that print on the wall for a moment.
Not a very good print, Dr. Dacre. Well, not really a print at all as such. Rather a poor commercial reproduction. Wood round the outside's the best thing about it.
What would you say it was worth?
What?
I was just wondering if it had any value.
None whatsoever. Not that you're interested. You're attempting a crude test on my hearing, which is quite adequate for normal purposes.
Yes, you're quite right. I'm sorry.
No need to be. Just doing your job, no doubt. Now there's a phrase that resonates through history.
Come and sit down, Dr. Herbert.
Nice. So much for the physical. Now for the senility check, eh?
Not at all. You're in excellent physical shape.
The world of scholarship is more concerned with my mental shape, I should imagine.
I was just wondering if there's anything you'd like to tell me about or ask me about. You haven't consulted a doctor for 10 years, you say. There's no problems at all?
Such as?
Well, say dizzy spells, blackout is quite common.
Do you think I'd tell the university if I had? You seem a very pleasant young man, Dr. Dacre, but I can hardly afford to trust you. Moreover, I'm quite capable of reading upside down, and I do know that mild aphasia... Thank you for adding the query, very undogmatic of you. That aphasia is a kind of speech loss caused by brain damage, often from a stroke or a tumour. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're quite right, Dr. Herbert.
I haven't had a stroke, Dr. Dacre. I'm eccentric, which is neither an illness nor a crime. I tend to remember important things and forget trivial ones, especially when I'm preoccupied or agitated, both of which I am now. So at the moment, no doubt it will come back later, the name of that thing over there, you stand on it and it tells you how heavy you are, totally escapes me. Nor, now I come to think of it, can I recall the name of that thing in your hand? You write things down with it. And you can cross them out as well.
Pencil.
Pencil, yes. What a boring thing to have to remember. Am I to go on Ernie Hemingway scrappy because I can't remember the name for whatever it was? What was it?
Pencil.
Very good. I'll tell you what, Dr. Dacre. I'll make a bargain with you. You can remember things like what to call a pencil and a pair of scales, you see? Told you it would come back. And I remember the hard bits.
What are the hard bits?
Well, for example, I could tell you the names of all the mourners at Eleanor Marx's funeral. Who said what? And exactly what the political significance was to be in terms of European socialism, and in terms of what in those days they called the woman question. Now, there's a chapter I can write without recourse to notes. I could tell you about all the undergraduates in my charge, give you a detailed reference for each and every one of them without opening a file. I can also recall, with perfect accuracy, events in the short and inglorious history of this university that would make you jump out of your socks, Dr. Dacre.
I'm sure you could, Dr. Hubbard.
Come round to tea one day, and I will. I'm not old Mother Riley, you know. I'm the best damned historian you've ever met.
I believe you.
And I'm really very anxious indeed about the outcome of this medical. I just need 5 more years, Dr. Dacre. 4 would do at a pinch.
The next item is to receive the report on the Science Park implementation and to move ahead accordingly. Are you sure you're in the right room, Lillian? This is the Forward Innovations Committee.
Very interested in forward innovations, Vice-Chancellor. Otto, sit. Sit.
Yes, but you're not actually on the committee.
Senate regulations permit non-voting observers, I think you'll find.
Yes, but...
And they say nothing whatsoever about dogs, one way or the other.
Well, I'm sure we're very grateful for your input, Dr. Hubbard. Well, now, I'm very happy to say that the Sakamoto Corporation has provisionally agreed to take up a substantial research and development facility in the new Science Park, working closely with the electronics and cybernetics departments of the university. The level of funding from the corporation is at present confidential, but I can tell you that it is indeed substantial, with allowances sufficient to endow a new chair in cybertronics. Now, you have the full outline before you in paper F123A. Are there any questions?
Presumably there'll be quite a number of Sakamoto researchers and executives working here, Vice-Chancellor.
Oh, yes, indeed, sir. 30 initially, rising to 75.
Just like to say that the University Medical Service will be happy to offer its full facilities to our Japanese colleagues.
Thank you, Dr. Buzzard.
May I ask a question? Where are they all going to live?
Well, that's one which we have to iron out.
Fairly Hall, a very pleasant building.
I'm well aware of that.
I think our people will be very happy there.
Yes, that's just one of a number of possible options.
Of course, the interior will be completely restructured.
Indeed, it will not. I'm afraid you've been seriously misled, sir. Fairley Hall is a hall of residence for women, and that is how it will remain.
Yes, well, I'd like to move on now. Clearly, there's some confusion here. Perhaps we could discuss this later on, Dr. Hubbard.
Nothing to discuss. It's out of the question. You'll have to find somewhere else for your new friends. Good morning, gentlemen.
Buzzard? How are those medical reports coming along?
It's a painful business, a painful business.
Well, Jock, not all of it's been too distressing. Leo Arcadre from Social Psychology seems quite keen on converting his slip disc into a golden handshake. Apparently he's got a nice little job to go to in Canada, where they let him lie on the floor all day.
Old Skinner Joyce lay on the floor in my consulting room for at least 10 minutes. Tripped over the rug as he came in, didn't seem to notice he wasn't upright. Anyway, there's another scalp for the Bath Chair Brigade.
Karen Pottle lay on that couch and wept. Pull yourself together, Pottle, I told him. You're in better shape than I am. But he wouldn't have it. No, Jock, he sobbed. I am not a well man, I am not a good man, and my work here is over. Poor fellow, he was weeping for all his boys, all those generations of boys that he cared for in Kennedy Hall. You know, Jock, he whispered, they were all my sons.
Good God, were they really? Well, it's about time he packed it in, then. You had Lillian Hubbard, didn't you, Stephen?
Yes. She's fine, no problems.
Apart from being deaf as a post, aphasic from a stroke she's not telling anybody about, and mad as a hatter in general.
What?
Sorry, must have picked up your rough notes by mistake. Well, she is, isn't she? All those things.
No, she isn't. They were tentative speculations, and I rejected them. She is very slightly deaf. After all, she's getting on a bit.
Well, isn't that the point, buddy? We're supposed to be weeding out the geriatrics.
She's very slightly deaf, but that isn't a problem. She has a slightly eccentric memory. That's not a problem either. And she isn't as mad as a hatter. She's one of the sanest people in this university. Not that that's saying very much.
What does she do? Bung you a case of scotch?
Look, Bob, I haven't hit anyone on the nose since I was in junior school.
Gentlemen.
Right, fine, sorry. Take it back, no offense intended. Just a bit of a snag, that's all. Ernie is very keen to get her out of Fairley. Japs have set their heart on it. Multi-million endowment swinging in the balance. And it would just suit everybody and keep us all in employment if your tentative speculations turned out to have a bit of mileage in them.
Well, they haven't. She's fine, Bob. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Bit of a downer, that.
Can I come in, Stephen? You're very upset, aren't you?
This place.
I know.
I know there have to be cuts, and I ought to know what Bob Buzzard's like by now. I'm even quite fond of him in a way, but she's a person, Rose. She's not an inconvenient obstacle.
She's a very fine person.
Yes, she is.
And I was very moved by your support for her. I was quite disturbed by the strength of my response to your anger, Stephen.
I'm afraid I rather lost control of myself.
Perhaps you should lose control of yourself more often. I found myself, how can I put this? Responding to you as a woman.
Oh.
Yes. I don't think you fully appreciate the strength of the response you evoke in women, Stephen.
Yes, I do. I've been a profound disappointment to women from my mother onwards.
Oh, no. You know, for a moment in there, I really wanted to see you fight, Bob. Physically. I felt that as a woman.
Oh.
I do want to see you fight, Stephen. But Bob isn't a worthy opponent. You're going to have to fight with Ernest Hemingway.
What, physically?
Well, if it comes to that. He isn't going to give up easily. He wants Lillian Hubbard out, and you've become her champion. You're going to have to show him that you're not frightened of him.
But I am frightened of him.
Oh, no, you're not, Stephen. Not deep inside. Not in your essential maleness. I know this as a woman. Deep inside, Ernest Hemingway is frightened of you.
Is he?
But you're going to have to teach him that. It may be necessary for you to lose control of yourself.
Now, relax, Dr. McKenna, relax. It is just a routine matter. You're a fine man for your age. A fine man. Another piece of faulty equipment. Can't trust anything nowadays. Let's see now. We adjust for the normal distribution curve. Take away the number we first thought of, and we have 140 over 90. Well, Dr. McKenna, that's very satisfactory. I congratulate you. I think this calls for a wee celebration, don't you? And then we'll see if we can conjure up a wee urine sample.
Yes, Vice-Chancellor, we've more or less completed the first batch, and you should have got the reports now. Pretty much what we expected, by and large.
Yes, 2 or 3 good scalps there. Shame about Jock McCann. You take it hard. Fine career.
Yes, we're all a bit cut up about it here.
Yeah, so much so you forgot to sign it. Just pop over sometime and do that, would you, Buzzard?
Well, yes, right. Actually, it was Dr. Rosemary.
Whichever one of you it was. Now then, what about Lillian Hubbard? Matter of priority, that.
Should be with you now, Vice-Chancellor.
I haven't seen it.
I'm afraid it's not very helpful, sir.
Dorothy?
It's in your intro.
I don't think Dr. Dacre fully appreciated the situation in its broader context.
No. Doesn't look as if he did. Yes, well, I'm only a layman, of course, but this looks like rather a sloppy bit of work to me. Still, too late now. I've got the university architects over at Fairley Hall this morning. I was hoping for a bit more input from you on this one, Buzzard. Feel a bit let down?
Not my fault.
Right, Dorothy. I'll see Architrave first, I think, and then Skinner-Joyce, assuming he can get up the stairs.
Vice-Chancellor,
What?
I think there's something rather odd going on.
Good God.
It's a charming ceremony. These fine young women in the chains. I like this very much. Could you explain the symbolism, please?
We are here to deny you access to our home, gentlemen. We who study history, we who live in history, must be prepared to play our parts in history. Gentlemen, I have nothing against any one of you personally, but I say to you in deadly earnest that unless you sling your hooks double quick, we'll set the dogs on you.
Ask Dr. Dacre to step over here at his earliest convenience, would you, Dorothy?
Right, Miss Stevenson. You toddle off to Boots with that little lot, and all your troubles will be over. Fine, fine. See you in 2 weeks. Bye. Oh, hello, Rose.
Have you got a moment, Robert?
All the time in the world for you, Rose. Appreciate that. You calling me Robert?
Well, I often feel your contribution isn't fully appreciated, Robert.
Oh, really?
I was very impressed with the calm way in which you handled Stephen's little outburst. I responded to your strength and your dignity, Robert.
Oh, well. You can't take things too seriously, can you? I mean, I've got quite a soft spot for old Stephen, you know, even though he does carry on like a big girl sometimes. Oops, beg your pardon. I mean, we all get the old red mist now and then.
I think it's rather more than that, Robert. I'm really quite worried about Stephen. He came to see me afterwards and talked in quite an hysterical way about how you were his enemy and how Hemingway was his enemy. It's quite disturbing.
Really? Old Dickie Dado going round the twist?
I think he might be heading for a little breakdown. I wonder if the Vice-Chancellor should know about it.
Well, yes. I think he should, really. Only fair.
Well, Robert, you seem to have his ear at present.
Yes, he does seem quite pleased with my input. Especially Jock's report.
Jock's report?
Yes. You know.
You persuaded Jock to let you examine him after all?
Well, no, but I mean, as you said, any fool could fill in the gaps without actually examining him.
And you actually went ahead and did it?
Well, that's what I thought. Yes, I did.
Oh, Bob. Don't you think that was a little rash?
Well now, Dacre. Stephen, isn't it? I thought this might be a good time to have a little chat about your career prospects here.
I didn't think I had any career prospects here, Vice-Chancellor.
Well, now, situations can change remarkably quickly, you know. Of course, it's always difficult to keep brilliant chaps like you, but, well, in view of Jock McCallum's early retirement plans, I was hoping we might be able to tempt you.
I didn't know Dr. McCallum was planning to retire.
Oh, I think you'll find I'm right. And that opens up some interesting possibilities. I just wanted to make sure that, how can I put it, you have the university's best interests at heart.
Well, yes, of course I have.
Good. This is a terribly sad business. Poor Lillian Hubbard. She and I go back a long way, you know. I knew her at Oxford when she was a girl. Tragic business. I very much hope we can deal with it humanely.
I'm sorry, I don't think I understand.
Lillian's mental breakdown. I mean, this bizarre behavior, chaining girls to railings, setting the dogs on university architects. She needs help and support, Stephen. Skilled psychiatric help and support. Oh, God knows, I've done my best on this one. I've tried to reason with her on the telephone, but I'm sorry to say she became quite abusive, quite abusive. Now, I understand that she has something of a soft spot for you, and oddly enough, for Jock McCannon. And what I thought was that if you and Jock could somehow get in there and chat to her, you might be able to get her to cooperate.
I'd certainly be prepared to go and talk to her and listen to her and help her if I could, but I don't think...
Good man. And if she doesn't see reason... Well, I'm not too hot on the technicalities, but isn't there something called sectioning?
Sectioning?
Something like that.
Under Sections 2, 3 and 4 of the 1983 Mental Health Act, 2 doctors can commit a patient to a mental hospital without the patient's consent. Is that what you mean?
Exactly.
You want us to commit Lillian Hubbard to a mental hospital because she's inconveniencing your plans for Fairley Hall?
No. In her own interests. And God knows there's no stigma attached to mental illness these days. We all live in the 20th century, I hope, and of course we'd all prefer it to be voluntary, but I feel she's too far gone for that.
Can't you see? Can't you see that that's a monstrous suggestion? Sectioning is only used in the most urgent and extreme of cases where the patient's actually dangerous. Now, she's not dangerous. She's not even...
She's extremely dangerous. She's endangering the viable future of this university, and that includes your future as well as mine. I hope I make myself clear, Stephen.
I won't do it.
Now, don't say any more just now. You've been under a strain. We've all been under a strain in this very difficult time. Some of us, of course, bear up under the strain better than others. Go away, my boy. Think about it. Consider where your own best interests lie.
And then it suddenly came to me. He's crazy.
Oh, of course he is.
But either he is or I am.
No, it's him. You're okay. Just a bit neurotic.
Thanks very much, Lynn. It's a great relief.
You're welcome, Doc. Any time.
You really think he's crazy?
Yep.
Well, don't you think someone ought to know about it?
No point. He functions perfectly in his context. I mean, madness is a social construct, like ideas of who's pretty and who's a criminal. This university's a crazy place. That means when you're in it, crazy's the norm. People like you, me, and Lillian, we're the misfits.
You're not really serious, are you, Lynn?
Only partly. I don't have to be really serious. I'm not going to be here forever. Have a bit of fun while I'm here and then get back to the real world. And, you know I finished my research project.
Yes.
Well, maybe now's the time to go.
But I thought... Well, don't they want to renew your fellowship?
Yeah, they do. But, I don't want to get sucked in. I've been getting a bit of real-world nostalgia lately.
But this is the real world to Lillian Hubbard and Jock McCannon. They really need it.
Yeah, I know.
And in an odd sort of way, I know it sounds crazy, but it sort of feels like the real world to me.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. It's got you, Stephen. This mad university's got you in its grip. It's not just Jock and Lillian that really need it. You really need it too.
Right, and it needs us.
More than it needs a science park?
Oh, much more than it needs a science park, more than it needs Ernest Hemingway. What this place needs is people like Lillian Hubbard and Chen and even Jock McCannon and you and me. I think I'm joining the opposition, Lynn.
My hero.
And I wish you'd stay.
Very good of you to come over, Jock.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Ernie. I love my visit here. Drinking coffee out of fine china cups to smell of raw power. Heady stuff, Ernie. Heady stuff for a simple man like me.
Of course, it goes without saying I'm very, very sorry about this medical business.
Oh, I don't think you need to be, Ernie. I think it's working out quite well.
I was referring to your own case, Jock.
Really? But you haven't seen the report yet.
What? I've got it here in front of me.
May I see that? Thank you, Ernie. Do I recognize a spoor of Dr. Buzzard's rinky-dinky little dot matrix printer? I see I do. Oh dear, I'm afraid young Bobby Buzzard's been having a joke with you, hasn't he? You see, he didn't examine me at all, as I'm sure he'll admit if pressed. No. Here is the official report on J.G. McCannon. I think you'll find it a much more promising prognosis.
You can't read the signature.
It's signed by the senior physician in the university, J.G. McCannon, M.D.
You can't sign your own medical report.
Have your secretary search the university regulations, Vice-Chancellor. I don't think you'll find they have anything to say on the matter. And while she's doing that, you might care to glance through the text of this little book I've been writing in the long sleepless nights, The Sick University. I think you'll find it interesting. The publishers are quite excited. Only a proof copy, of course. Still time for a few emendations. I'd be grateful for your thoughts, Annie, on both matters. You look a bit peaky to me, Vice-Chancellor. If you don't mind my saying so, perhaps you ought to see a doctor. Any new developments, Stephen?
Hemingway's just arrived with the registrar.
He'll be making up his mind whether to call the police.
As a matter of fact, Lillian, he's waiting to see whether Stephen and I can persuade you to become a voluntary patient in a mental institution. That is what he thinks we're doing here.
Hear that, Otto? Doesn't the poor little man realize that we are voluntary inmates in a mental institution? Come and sit down, Dr. Dacre. Have some more... some of this with the red things in.
Thank you. I wonder if they had whiskey and cherry cake in the days of the Paris Commune.
Thank you, Dr. McCannon. A pleasing image. One that dignifies our little struggle. To history, gentlemen.
To history?
Actually, about the only thing I remember from school history is that history is always written by the winning side.
Well then, Dr. Dacre, we had better be the winning side, had we not?
Yes, we had. How are we going to do that? I mean, ultimately, Hemingway has all the big guns, hasn't he?
I'm well aware, Dr. Dacre, that the Vice-Chancellor could have me bodily ejected from Fairley Hall. But at what cost to the reputation of the university? Do you know, I think I'm going to prove a little rich for his blood. I'm very grateful to you both. You've been staunch in my support at no little cost to yourselves, but I think I can take care of the final stage. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lecture to give. My students will show you out by the fire exit.
But surely, if you go across to the lecture theatre now, they'll just take over the hall while you're gone.
I had thought of that, Dr. Dacre. That's why I've arranged to lecture from the... it's over there, with glass in. You can see through it.
Well, what happened? What the hell's going on?
We had a long talk with Dr. Hubbard.
And?
She's agreed to make a statement.
But she's coming out.
She did say it was the final stage.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm very grateful to you both. Let's have a short statement, eh?
This will be my final lecture on problems of historical interpretation. And in it I shall be dealing principally with the vexed question of the value to be attributed to the evidence of the interested participant. When I was a very young lecturer at Somerville, I was entrusted with the supervision of a rather backward M.Phil student from one of the men's colleges. His dissertation topic was, if I remember rightly, Machiavelli and the Medici. And I'm sorry to say that it was never completed to the satisfaction of the university examiners.
Dacre, what's she up to?
It's just a lecture, Vice-Chancellor.
When I pointed out the shortcomings of his work to the young man, he explained his lack of application in terms of the distraction of his thoughts. He had, he said, fallen head over, heels in love with me, he said, and proposed that we should have sexual intercourse. Or, as he put it at the time, that he should take me through the gates of paradise.
Oh, no.
I decided that it might be a convenient opportunity to compare the pleasures of fornication with those of scholarship. Without going into detail, the event was something of a disappointment, except insofar as it confirmed me in my devotion to historical research. The young man's performance in the sexual field was no more inspiring than his performance in the sphere of scholarship. The problem was, I believe, that he had such a very small... that he only had a tiny... intellect.
It's got to be stopped.
Now, I don't propose, for the present at least, to name the young man in question, but let us suppose, as a hypothesis, that in later life he acquires a position of power which he uses in an attempt to oust me from my job and from my home.
Sectioner!
Then, of course, the objective truth of my little anecdote is immediately called into question, in a way that highlights the problem that forms the subject of this lecture.
There you are, you see, she's mad. Why don't you section her?
Why don't you leave her alone?
Vice-Chancellor.
Oh, my God. Come away, gentlemen. It's a bit noisy here. Just Dr. Hubbard's farewell address.
Yes, that is what we must do. I'm sorry, Vice-Chancellor.
What?
We must come away. We regret very much. We have been in conference with Osaka headquarters. A dim view is being taken.
But this is just a temporary problem, gentlemen, I assure you.
No, permanent problem, I believe. We regret very much, but not unusual in your country. Very nice site, very compatible plant, but the problem is labor relations.
It really is intolerable that one can't conduct an academic lecture without suffering interruption and inattention. If we may continue now. The second example of the problem of the participant observer is H.M. Hindman's account of the internal disputes of the Socialist Democratic Federation in 1884.
Good lecture?
Very good.
That's good.
Hindman, you will recall, was committed to parliamentary politics in England rather than to international militancy. And we have ample access to his historical analysis because he was editor of the journal Justice. Most subsequent historians have drawn their accounts from this source. How far, however, Hindman did justice to his opponents is a thorny problem of interpretation. A crude way of expressing the problem, and one put to me today, is that history is always written by the winning side. Let us examine this view in